Ladies and gentlemen, I have gone through this article written Why State House Cancelled Ruto Kisii Meeting. This is an article explaining the murky Kisii politics, why William Samoei Arap Ruto received a call from the intelligence to his advisors that time for Kisii tour is not now. Make sure you watch to the end. And first, I want to humbly request you to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell and like our videos. We are now at 61,000 subscribers. We are moving strong, and we believe that the more you subscribe, the more we will grow this podcast. William Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, was slated to tour Kisii and Nyamira counties this month amidst the turmoil that had came through between Arati and Silvanus Osoro, the chief whip. And the failure to call Osoro to order, William Ruto is regretting that decision.
Moyo. Osoro.
To shield Osoro from a criminal process, and that is emerging as a thorny issue. When the chief whip plowed through an event that was organized by the sitting governor, and some bullets were fired through in that event, we raised our voices that Kenya Kwanza needed to suppress political intolerance indecisively, irrespective of individuals' proximity to power. Because, and I was categorical here, that was a double-edged sword that would cut both sides. Now, after that, Machogu was sent to do some mediation between Arati and Silvanus Osoro. But the ODM party chairman, Arati, came out and insisted that if Ruto meant to handle the situation in the right manner, then before they sit down with Osoro to mediate for any peace talk or any reconciliation, the reconciliation is unnecessary if Arati, if Osoro will not face the law. And of course, we support Arati on this. How is it that someone commits an offense and instead of even, instead of the criminal process, the justice process taking its course, the first call you make is that go and negotiate with him or her? That was a wrong place to start. And there is something called in politics called wrong precedents. And Ruto is suffering wrong precedents. We start from the wrong foot. Now, Kisii is hot and William Ruto now cannot go because I want to show you. Last week, Arati was attending a burial and he arrived when Machogu was talking. And after that, of course, he interrupted that speech bit, got to his seat, and when Machogu was reading William Ruto's speech, he was heckled, came out to blame Arati, but they really clashed out in public.
Tutulie sasa wanafunzi. Sasa tutulie sawa. Tutulie sasa. Huyo mgambo na wewe Simba Arati karibu. Sawa. Mama na karibu. So, as I was saying, tuwe watulivu tafadhali, tuwe watulivu. Wanafunzi watulie. Wanafunzi watulie. So, during that particular period of 2020, wanafunzi watulie. Is personal donation. And now I want to read the condolence message from His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, and the Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, and their family and the friends of the late Daniel Marine from New York. Wale vijana wasikie, we had a pain at the passing on of Daniel Marine from New York, the chief principal of Kisii National Polytechnic. He was a distinguished educationist and a peer of the community. Mr. Onyoki was also a respected, selfless, and industrious man. A gentleman who served the community with the distinction he was.
Ningependa kwa watu wa Kisii, kwa niaba yangu na kwa niaba ya wafanyikazi wote wa serikali kuu, vile tuko Kisii, tumekuja hapa Kisii kikazi. Starehe yetu ni kazi, na hiyo kazi iko mara mbili: kazi ya usalama na kazi ya maendeleo. So mwenye atajezea hiyo kazi mbili, tutaonana, tutashughulikia. Nataka niwaambie, nimesikia vijana wengine wakipiga kelele hapo. Nataka niwaambie ukweli ya mama, hapa ni wakati wa.
Kitu ya pili, nimeona mtu anaitwa eti county commissioner hapa. County commissioner, waje nikuambie bwana, wewe umepewa kazi, fanya. Hakuna vitisho. Wewe ukileta vitisho, kwenda upige kura kwako nyumbani, ulete hiyo vitisho hapa. Mimi siwezi kuwa wandamazimu ni hawa watu wote. Kama niko na uwezo wa kulipa watu kuja matanga namna hii, si basi muogope.
Na mimi uwe kijana ya university, uwe kijana ya college, tumelete vifaa ya kusoma. Hii mambo shilingi 400 500 inasunguswa hapo, hiyo ni ugushi, ni usensi, ni upumbavu. Kama jamii ya Kisii tutakubali hiyo upumbavu? Unataka hiyo upumbavu tukubali? Kama machogo tuwafanyie nini? Tuwafanyie maendeleo, si ndio? Kama ni gavana shiko bilioni 15, afanye maendeleo tuone, si gerere. Unakubaliana? Hapana gerere, hapana nini? Gerere ikwame Kisii. Sisi kama wazee tumeona usenzi mingi hapa. Sasa tutajitokeza na kusimamisha hii usenzi.
Mwingine anapiga kelele hapa kama si rais, na tushukuru Mheshimiwa William Ruto alionea yeye huruma. Nilishinda yeye kura asubuhi.
Now, William Ruto's speech could not be read in that. Remember, it was a burial of the principal of a polytechnic in that Kisii region. So when Ruto's speech was being read there, the CS was heckled. And after he was heckled, the new county commission even tried to point some fingers to the local, to Arati, and he got it rough. And after that event, immediately, because it was supposed to happen this week, immediately that happened, the intel told the president that Kisii is not the right place to go to now. If you can find another place, you rather go to another place. And if I want to tell you, things are not as easy as many may think. 50 leaders drawn from the Kisii region met in Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development. That is what I've gathered from this article. These were heads of parastatals and other senior government officials and some religious leaders met in that institution to try to cool the temperatures from the Kisii. And that meeting apparently was attended by Arati, by Osoro, but Simba Arati never attended. They dispatched some members of religious team to go and reconcile the two leaders in vain. And that attempt has also failed. Now we said, remember in Kisii, in the last Azimio mass action, Kisii was very hot. And I think even from the president's team, they underestimated Kisii. But when the situation in Kisii really erupted, people saw the real face of political aggression from William Ruto. And political intolerance has now costed William Ruto the tour. I understand he was also supposed to go to launch some Nyamira University in commission in Nyamira University in Nyamira. And the leaders have not agreed. They didn't agree on specific location, the land where it's supposed to be. Then this is a very clear pointer. And I want to say that there are things that are costing UDA in Kisii. These things are costing UDA. Two things are costing UDA. They have picked the wrong enemy. The UDA enemy in Kisii is not Simba Arati, because you can't go and you can't go and fight. One thing that Simba Arati did, after getting that ODM ticket and getting that seat, he went to the ground. And remember, he's a governor. You pick a governor, someone who is controlling a whole county, then you pick an MP to try to neutralize a governor. Simba Arati went and marshaled together border riders, and they formed a circle. Remember, William Ruto was campaigning under the border with the border as part of his priority group. So Simba Arati simply did that. He brought the borders together and created that team around him. Then he went to the ground and did mobilization for them. Remember, he's a mobilizer. Then, after doing that, he went to the people. Then he has the people with him. So you, because you are looking at short-sighted, you are cheap political bonanza, you go after him. That's wrong. Number two, the intense policing in Kisii is not doing them any favor. In fact, and I think Simba Arati said that, it is very wrong when you over-mechanize. You cannot mechanize peace. You cannot bring peace by plowing people through guns and tear gas. And you don't do that. I tend to believe that the security efforts to bring peace there has been over-policized, not politicized. The policing is a bit too strong for the people. And that's why they did. And they unleashing the police security on that has failed. On instances, you've had stories of how Simba Arati has been blocked from, attending a stadium. Simba Arati residence has been blocked by police officers. people from that region are consuming that news, and the more they are getting it, they are developing the thick skin, and they are coalescing around Simba Arati. And so, I want to explain why political intolerance will actually dampen Kenya Kwanza hopes in Kisii region. Number one, Ruto must crack the whip on Kenya Kwanza leaders that are struggling to create a swing vote in Kisii. There are people that are trying to get the attention of the president by all means. You know, if I am seen to be fighting Arati, I will be known, I will be liked. Those people must be weeded, pruned from the president's circle, led by Silvanus Osoro. If you continue depending on Silvanus Osoro to be the point person in Kisii for UDA, that's a big blunder. You rather lack. You rather go yourself, talk to the people. But the more you are, because yes, you are elevating, you know, publicity is publicity. You are elevating the publicity of the MP. But as much as you are setting up the MP against the governor, you're losing it because the MP is controlling some constituency. The governor is having access in all the constituencies. You can't. Number two, the ODM fan base in Kisii who were orphaned when the former governor Ongwe crossed over to Kenya Kwanza got a new home in Simba Arati. And there is a mantra in the ODM supporters. There is something Luo called Teko Dagole. As in, these are people that they go for it. The Raila mania, you know. Now that group are people that are not going to be cowed by intimidation here and there. And that is why the brand of politics Simba Arati is playing there. He's enduring to Raila diehards. He's enduring to Raila mania. Now that kind of group, that kind of understanding, that brand of politics is very difficult to counter. And that is why Raila has maintained his political clout in the country. Because projected himself. You know, Kenyans want someone who can fight for them. Kenya doesn't want him to mwoga, weak. Kenyans want the strong person. That is the mantra. That is the character that Kenyans want. And Simba Arati has that. Number three, I think the strategy of recycling leaders in Kisii is a failed strategy. William Ruto picked some people, some leaders that had retired to give them government positions here and there, try to woo them to be the point person there. It is not going to work. And it goes back to one thing I'm saying. The Kisii tour, yes, Kisii people have lost because the president was going there, party was going to commission some of this project. But of course I know that William Ruto was just there on a political tour. Now, if this continues, the more we tolerate this political intolerance by those who are privileged to be close to power, we are actually polarizing the country. And how about if it goes this way, then by the time we get to 2027, all areas, the situation is like Kisii. We are actually losing the dividends of peace. And that is why we insist. What Kenya Kwanza must do, they must crack the whip on intolerance. Whether you are president's friend, president what, however close you are close to president, if you are wrong, if you are caught in the other side of the law, you must face the justice system. With that, unless we do that, without that, I'm telling you, State House will continue cancelling trips. Because I know very well that William Ruto will also not want to go to a place that is very highly volatile, so that you are heckled. Imagine you go to Mount Kenya, you're heckled, you go to Kisii again, you're heckled, you go where you're heckled. The publicity of you being heckled is coming out and you are simply losing your clout, even though we know very well that that loyalty is winning. Thank you guys. Let's meet in the next video. Hi guys, so I'm so happy finally the February project is done. I know most of us have been talking about this. We did know it will come to fruition, but I'm in Mama Lucy and I've managed to get 13 out. Yes, I was planning for 7, but who knows, God has another way of doing his own things. That we managed to our to 13, and apart from that, we've also done some food stuff because you know these guys hawa mambo wamekuwa hospitali for long na hawajakuwa wakifanya kazi. So what we decided is whatever has remained, we do some food stuff for them. And I'm just so happy that they are going home, wanted to reunite with the rest of their family. Some have been here for long, so I just want to say thank you on behalf of Bold Charity Network, my family, myself, and everyone. In whatever way you've come through this, nasema santeni sana. These women are out. Now I'll just give 2 or 3 chance. Waseme tu kitu moja. You can just say thank you. Tanzania huyu.
Tumeshukuru. Okay, my name is Oduor. Tumeshukuru kwa kuja kututoa huku. Tumekaa huku for long na the bill was too much yenye hatungeweza ku afford. But Bold Charity Network imekuja ikatutoa na tunasema ni asante.
Naitwa Teresia Wanjiru ama Mama Favor. Na nataka kuambia asante kwa sababu bili ilikuwa mob, singeweza kulipa, but kwa ajili ya Mungu ati ni mimi natoka. Asante, God bless you all.
Aya, huyu. Nani mwingine anaweza ongea? Wewe, sio? Sema kitu. Sema tu asante.
Mimi cha kuwashukuru ni kusema asante kwa Mungu. Tumekuwa huku for a long time. Kama mimi nilidischangiwa on date 15, nikang'ang'ana, nikapata, nikalipa, nikaambiwa nirudi kwa ward. Saa hii I'm very happy. Niko out, nitaenda sasa kuungana na familia yangu. Asanteni sana.
Mimi naitwa Lydia Chelimo. Bili yangu ilitoka date 16. But singe manage kulipa, but God ameniwezesha nimetoka huku, nitatoka leo. Nimeshukuru sana na nimefurahi.
Yeah, so guys, that was it. I had to give you this confirmation that finally to manage, and may God meet you in the hour of need. I spent 2 days here listening to their stories, and their stories are a testament of how we need to come for the society. For all those who participated in this Bold Charity Network, this was our CSR for the month of February. Akimbarikiwe. We will do this next time. Asanteni sana. I'm more happy than them. Asanteni. Sawa.